Alright, peace reflections, peace, peace. Back again. Back again. Had to grab a charger so that I could charge my device while I'm giving this divine download to all my reflections, to all the light beings out there that are receiving this broadcast. Because that's what I am, a 24/7, 24-hour broadcast, here to send out the signal and to drop my divine wisdom and knowledge that I have been blessed with and blessed to receive by my master teacher, Nature Boy. Master teacher is the greatest divine being on this planet that one has ever encountered, one will ever encounter. And he is a reflection of self and is here to send out this broadcast. And I, being one of the cells and being part of the immunity and doing what I meant here to do. Sorry, reflections. I gotta switch hands. Being what I'm here to do is to 24/7 give this broadcast 24/7 to wake up the chosen, to wake up the immunity on this planet. And 24/7, not my job here on this earth realm, is to post and upload videos and communicate and articulate my own form of expression, that I am able to reflect this divine message and light to all those beings out there that will receive the signal, activate it through one's RNA, and then create the imagination for these beings through my art and the way that I articulate the message. And then it sparks ignites the fire in one's being to be able to manifest themselves out of Babylon. And this is exactly what one's here to do. And this video is going to be a little bit about everything, because everything is everything. But this video is going to be about getting in tune, our purpose. What is our purpose? What is our purpose in this earth realm? The purpose is to get in tune. To get in tune with the equilibrium and the harmony of Mama. To get in tune with the frequency. That is our purpose. To vibe and to be one like the animal is. We are animal. And our purpose is to get in tune with nature. To get in tune just as every other species in this realm has gotten in tune. What are we? We are cells. We are cells in the body. The body of the archetype. The body of the black woman. We are cells. Communicating and conducting ourselves as cells inside of ourselves, the archetype. Everything that we see is projection of what we are internally, inside ourselves. Everything is an equilibrium, holds the equilibrium. This is how we know that we're cells inside the body. Everything that we look outside of in nature, all works interdependently on each other. All works interdependently on each other and gives back to Mama. Gives back to Mama to create the ecosystem and create the self-sustaining life through the community, through a contribution, working together. This is what cells do. They work together. They work together to get what needs to be done. We are cells. It is time now for these cells that are waking up, the immune system, to get together, to work together, to become structured and ordered, and to create sectors, and to become in harmony, and to get in tune with Mama's frequency. A time is coming where natural disasters will strike the earth. Beings who are out of tune and are cancers and plaguing this earth realm and going against one's self, going against oneself, because going against nature is going against one's divine, purest manifestation of self. And there are lower there are the lower self. These AI systems, artificial intelligence, has been programmed on this earth to devastate and be the cancer, because the cancer does not realize that it is bigger, it is a part of something bigger than itself. So it becomes destructive and unconscious. When it is destructive and when it is unconscious, it maneuvers in a way where it does not know that it needs to give back to the plant, give its soil back to the plant. It does not know that it has a duty to be on this earth realm, to be in harmony with the equilibrium and become a part of the ecosystem and the self-sustaining life, like all animals. It does not know this. It moves unconsciously. Therefore, unconscious actions take place. Pain will be its teacher. Pain will be cancer's teacher. It will be wiped out. The immunity is being activated. The earth is heating up. Global warming was nothing more than a cycle that had to happen to activate the immune system. When the immune system was activated, a certain cell, a particle inside ourselves was activated. Master Teacher, Nature Boy. This being, this divine being, knew that he was a cell and spread the message to activate other cells that were the immunity, to tell them that they were cells. One is not a cell if one does not know one is a cell. One will act unconsciously and be a cancer, not realizing what it truly is. Some are cancer, some are actually immune system cells, and some are being programmed by the lower self. Some are immune system, the immune system, the cells that are immune system, but they are being programmed by the lower self. And that is what the divine being, Master Teacher, and Om Sound of the universe is here to do, to spark the minds of the chosen, spark the minds of the beings that are being programmed by the lower self, and the beings that are conscious but unconscious, for the beings that understand and hear this message, but they need a 24-hour broadcast in order to program their minds and have this broadcast through the vocal and also through visual, to create the imagination inside one's mind, to put the thoughts inside one's mind, to create the action for one to manifest themselves out and get themselves to the tropics, get themselves to Mama, get in tune, to get in tune. This is why we 24 hours say, get to the tropics between Cancer and Capricorn. Costa Rica is a great place. Go there. When we look out in nature, we see that everything makes calculated decisions. We must learn how to maneuver our energy when getting in tune. There are steps to getting in tune. Yes, there's steps. There's discipline to getting in tune. One cannot go out and recklessly hope to connect and be on the frequency of Mama if one is not disciplined, if one is not structured and ordered, just as nature is. And just as the ants are, they're very structured and ordered. They follow the laws of nature, the laws of their own consciousness, and they get things done, but they do not waste energy. In Babylon, a lot of beings waste energy. A lot of beings are unconscious of what this realm is. A lot of beings get in certain relationships that are stumbling blocks for these beings to overcome, lessons to be learned, but they're unconscious. For the chosen that are out there, for the beings that are conscious and that hear this message and are getting this divine wisdom, one must become disciplined with oneself. One must be disciplined with the way one eats, what one puts inside their body, via being plant-based diet, fruit, B6 diet, only eating at one meal at solar noon, and then the rest of the day eat fruit. This is discipline. This is discipline. This is becoming structured. This is getting in tune with Mama. When we're out here and we see the cow pastures and the cows, they get up at a certain time. The herd moves at a certain time, eats at a certain time. Granted, they have their own structured and ordered, where they eat at this pasture, this pasture where there's grass at this time, and then they go and eat at another time, and they're very structured and ordered. And this is what we have to do. We have to understand our beings and what we are. We have to understand what we subject ourselves through the five senses. We have to understand what food is. Food is not just what we put in our mouths. Food is sunlight, the elements, sunlight, clean water, air quality, natural environment, the tropics. Environment is food. And what one subjects themselves to in the environment is food. Everything is energy. Everything is frequency and energy. Ether, broken up, converted through the sun, the electromagnetic spectrum, and color and frequency. Everything has energy. What one subjects themselves to, what energy forces one subjects themselves to, is going to have an effect on one's being, on one's body. We must not waste energy. One recently went through a fast and learned great things about when one went through a fast. One did not eat for 4 days. It was 4 days one did not eat. One had to learn the discipline to conserve energy. This was Mama giving the test. We could have eaten, but we chose not to. This was us disciplining ourselves and learning how to maneuver and manipulate our energy and learning how to conserve our energy. Every move that one made throughout that 4 days was calculated, very precise. When one spoke divinely and objectively. It was very objectively spoken. I was objectively spoken. So when I spoke to someone, it was objectively to get the message across. It was not to waste energy. It was not to have meaningless conversation. This is the time that we're coming into nonverbal communication. This is why we're changing the way one is speaking. When one speaks differently, when one uses the word one, cuts out you and cuts out they, one does not want to speak in a negative tone because ultimately it's going to project back to oneself because everything is self, a reflection of self. So one is not going to say, fuck me, or fuck one. Who's one? Break down one consciously. I am one. I am everything. So one is not going to act out in this manner because one realizes that one is everything. When one changes and becomes disciplined, not only in the way that one eats, but in the way one speaks, this creates order and structure. This is what the times is coming to. When we break down what getting in tune means, it means more than just the word of the phrase, get in tune and be in harmony with nature and give pot back. Giving pot back and soil back is a form of discipline, yes. Getting in tune, that is a form of getting in tune, yes. So that is another way that we must get in tune and become disciplined. But we must conserve our energy. Through these 4 days, one had to learn how to use but not abuse, and to be used and to give. Beings would ask for my help in certain things, calculatively, orderly, and structuredly. I would help, and then I would in turn ask because one has helped. One would get the same in return because I invested my energy in beings that I knew if I had to ask something for, they would help me and they would maneuver. I would be able to manipulate their energy just as they manipulated mine. See, I gave before I received. I invested energy before I received energy. I made a positive investment in helping someone, getting a glass of water or moving something or taking out the trash or whatever the objective goal was. That being used me, and then in turn I was able to utilize their energy and become structured and ordered. This is the type of discipline that we need to have when we come back, when we truly come back and tune back into nature. It will be like this. It will be calculative. Everything in nature is very calculative and exact. We see the lion, one of the most powerful creatures. There's many powerful creatures out there, but one of the most powerful animals out there. We do not see him running all day and uselessly wasting energy. We see this animal being calculative, right, and exact. When this animal is hungry, it makes a calculated decision and attacks precisely on its prey. Gets the animal, gets its meat, gets what it does, and then it chills for the rest of the day, and conserves energy. Same with the monkey. We don't see monkeys wasting energy effortlessly. If a monkey is moving, it's moving calculatively. It's moving for an objective. It is very exact, precise and exact. We generally see animals laying about, not really doing much. They're very calculative. They're in tune. This is what the times are coming to. The times are coming to nonverbal communication, action speaking louder than words, becoming calculative, becoming in tune, giving our pop back. Everything that we give the divine messages and divine information is a blueprint for beings to use to create sectors and create their own tribes, to become the immune system and to become great and conscious on this earth, and our duties on this earth to heal ourselves, CELLFS, selves. This is the time. This is what it's come to. Now, I'm sending out this broadcast. The time is coming when one gets in tune, and when one cleans out all the insulators and impurities from the body that is disrupting one's living matrix, and electrical signals being interpreted in the electrical signals that are being interpreted in communication through cells in the body, just as we are cells. It's the same concept, only on a microscopic scale. We must clean out our being, in turn creating the right environment inside our being and outside of our being and in the mind. When we harmonize these three things, reality changes. We attract our tribe. We become the immunity. This is all programming one's subconscious. This is all programming one's mind for beings to take this information, these blueprints, and apply them to life and get positive results. One will live in purgatory if one does not take heed of these messages, if one does not apply to life and get the results. One will live in Babylon, one will be stuck in purgatory and be wiped out with the cancer. This is very real. This is very real. But in the end, some beings need to get wiped out, come back in another cycle. All paths lead to the source. No matter how hard one may try to deny it this lifetime or this realm, there's going to be beings that come in and hear my message that is being spoken and will be quick to deny, will be quick to judge, will be quick to not believe it and be in disbelief. But at the end of the day, the truth cannot be denied. The truth is the truth. You don't have to like the truth. One does not have to live the truth. But the truth is the truth. And the time is coming. I love myself so much that I give my heart out. I give my broadcast out to all my reflections. It's in my heart to do this. I wake up every day to do this for my reflections, for the beings out there. I give my energy to the beings out there, to my reflections, to wake up, to become the immunity, to stay in tune, to become greater, to better oneself. I stress that everyone studies astrology. One is going to be making videos and giving my astrological energy, saying what my astrological energy. I'm learning a lot about my astrological energy, but it helps to communicate about it. So I'm just going to start going over my chart in some videos, and some beings out there that are really tuned in and really are plugged into my channels and this broadcast. I urge you to get one's charts done and get the information out there, and then when I go over my chart, if one has a sun Virgo or whatnot, maybe they can relate to certain things that I have in my chart, and we can discuss and just talk about it, because I'm here to be able to learn and more and express my energy, and just be able to speak my energy, because the best way that one learns is as well as being able to communicate to learn. This is why I make videos. I'm not just a teacher. I'm not just a 24-hour broadcast. I'm also learning as I'm teaching my reflections out there through questions and through the responses, and just through my ability to communicate and my ability to articulate the message in my own way. This is a form of me teaching and programming my subconscious, as well as programming the subconscious of the beings out there who are chosen, who are the immunity, who need to wake up and get out of Babylon and become their immune system, their higher self, and become in tune, to get in tune. The time is to get in tune. So that's gonna be a thing I'm gonna do now. It's not gonna be very long. I'll be doing just a little bit about my astrological chart, to give information to any beings out there who may have these aspects and these placements in their natal chart, their birth chart, astrological consciousness, their astrological chart. So I urge all those beings out there to just go on tarot.com. Astrology Cafe does free charts too, if one's just looking to just get a simple one. Tarot.com is like $15 or so to get an actual birth chart, and that's actually legit, and one will get all sorts of information about their astrology and how their astrological expression is being projected through one's being. So it's very, very, very helpful to maneuver and be able to manipulate one's energy through this realm, and to know oneself, to know thyself, because love is understanding. So it's very important that we understand. So yeah. Anyways, to all my divine beings, I'm just gonna give a little. I'm at the mango tree again. I'll give a little view of this mango tree. This mango tree is beautiful. This is where y'all need to be, in the tropics, where the mangoes and where all the fruit's growing. It's beautiful. This is being programmed into one's subconscious, creating imagination for the divine to get out, seeing the fruit tree and seeing a melanated being that's in this tropical environment where all melanated beings belong. Everyone has melanin. Some have more than others, and it's very important that these beings that have more melanin get to a tropical environment and get out of Babylon and get out of the trap. Babylon's a trap. Soon the doors will be closed. It's a trap. So get out. Anyways, reflection. Tune in next time for my video, my divine downloads. I'm gonna start going back in the morning and get some stuff done. I'll be posting all day, so stay tuned to my page. Om Sound of the Universe on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Om Sound of the Universe TV on YouTube, and one can also find a lot of divine wisdom on Eliseo Bishop's page, or Nature Boy Reflection on his page, and all other Ethereum reflections. One will find a lot of tags and such with these Ethereum melanation beings that one can be able to get divine messages from, as well as Nature Boy TV on YouTube. Check out that page. And yes, to stay in tune and stay focused on the mission, and stay divine and positive, and don't let any negative vibrations or low frequencies enter one's thoughts or reality. Peace and love, reflection.